Evan Roberts, Craig Carton. Those of you that are leaving Yankee Stadium, sitting in traffic, on your way home, yes, the baseball season has started. Yes, the rules are stupid. Yes, Stanton and Judge stunk today. Yes, yes, yes. Good afternoon, Evan. How are you today, buddy?
Oh, boy. Baseball is indeed back,
I'm
is it
so
not?
happy it's back, and
Is
I'm
it
not going to overreact like a lot of you Yankee fans out there. We're brethren. We must stick together. It was one game, and yes, it was a lot like a lot of games last year and the year before. Aaron Judge was terrible today.
Craig, since you made your announcement 23 and a half hours ago, why don't we quickly go through what the hell's happened? The minor story. The minor story is that Lindor extended on a 10-year deal. The major story is that if you could write a script, and I get it, it's one game, all right? I'm not going to go nuts. If you could write a script for a brutal opening day loss,
right there,
ladies and gentlemen, you have it. Other than Gary Sanchez, who had a great day, and let's give him some love.
Threw a guy out at second, has the home run, played great. Yep.
Fantastic. Infield hit, showing the hustle.
Yeah.
Drew a walk that started the ninth inning where the Yankees basically blew it. Gary was great. Outside of that, DJ LeMahieu stunk, swinging at the first pitch in the ninth inning with runners on first and third and one out. Aaron Judge stunk as he grounded into a huge double play to end the seventh inning.
And before you even get to that, it wasn't even that he grounded into the double play. He's got a 2-0 pitch right down Broadway and doesn't swing at it.
Very fair. Very fair. Against David Phelps, of all people.
Like maybe those 3 days off hurt him. I don't know.
But here's the kicker. Giancarlo. Because this is a guy, more so than Aaron Judge, who will be fine. More so than DJ LeMahieu, who clearly will be fine. This is the guy who needs to get off to a hot start. First of all, he needs to play, which he did today. Great. He played. Let's all have a party. Now he's got to produce. And I said something at Yankee Stadium today to C-Mac. It was after Giancarlo struck out in the sixth inning. Runner on first, one out, no big deal. I said to C-Mac, what's up with Yankee fans? And he's like, what are you talking about? I said, how come they're not booing him? What the hell happened to these people?
First game of the season.
Hold on a second.
Thank you.
I mean, what are you two? Why aren't they booing him?
Well,
he had
guess
a great
what?
postseason.
Hey, Craig.
And it's the first game of the year.
Really?
Other than that fat guy behind home plate in the blue sweatshirt who was, dipping half the game with no mask on, you're going to boo the guy's first game?
Well, guess what happened?
What are we doing?
Craig, 2 innings later, he got booed. You're acting like I said something that didn't happen.
He should have got booed for that at bat.
There you go. Welcome.
The guy throws. Was it Merriweather? What's his name?
Oh my God, Julian Merriweather.
Yeah.
May as well call him Rob Dibble in his prime at this point.
5 straight strikes. Hicks and Stanton don't swing the bat. Throws the ball against his chin. He swings the bat.
Yeah.
Bad at bats.
And he heard it. And he heard the boos because he was awful.
Well, you can't go 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts and not get booed a little bit.
And the two non-strikeouts.
We are New Yorkers after all.
I get it. The 2 non-strikeouts were a pop-up the second and a tapper back to the mound. Look, offensively, outside of Gary Sanchez, let's kill Jay Bruce a little bit too. Welcome back to New York, Jay. There's a runner on second, nobody out. It's 3-2. What the hell are you doing flailing out a slider off the plate? And all you need to do, Jay, here's what you need to do. Hit a ground ball to Simeon at second base. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Easier said than done.
Top to bottom, it was a disgrace outside of Gary and Clint. Those are the only 2 guys who get a pass today.
Well, look,
the rest of them stunk.
Not a good opener for the Yankees at home, but great to have baseball back. So I'm not going to go buck wild crazy. This one's going to sting because there's no game tomorrow, of course. So you got to sit on this till Saturday. And there's no Met game today or tomorrow because of COVID, which we'll get into, I guess, in the 90 minutes or so that we have together. Not the Mets' fault, clearly, but no New York baseball now until Saturday. Yankees will play for sure. I really don't know about the Mets, with this COVID stuff and exactly what's going to happen now. But as of right now, I assume you guys all know this. Tonight's game is postponed. No game tomorrow.
Right.
They are scheduled right now. No change in the starting pitchers either, by the way.
Jake
I know
and
some
Max.
people were asking that.
Well,
so they'll both pitch as of right now on Saturday.
Yeah, here's the good news. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The reason I counted is if the New York Mets play on Saturday, that means Jacob deGrom will start the home opener at Citi Field. And that's very cool.
That'd be good. Yeah,
so that's one positive to come out of it. Look, the whole thing stinks. This is all going to hinge on if the Nats are going to have more positive tests. If they do, they may not play this weekend.
Yeah.
If they don't, they'll play Saturday, and I got my car all gassed up and ready to go.
Oh, that way you get to keep your opening day streak alive.
Yeah, damn right I do.
I like that. Now, I wasn't here last year. I was in a place where it was hard to watch a lot of baseball games, but I am aware of the rule. I didn't like the rule when I heard it.
Go to town.
And seeing it today.
Go to town, Craig.
With my own two eyes.
Go to town.
And yes, it hurt the Yankees. They lost the game.
Go to
as
town.
a direct result.
Kill 'em.
And they were unable to score a judge from second base.
Crush 'em.
Because they decide nobody wants to swing the bat at strikes right down the middle of the plate until the last pitch of the game, of course, a 99-mile-per-hour fastball that, listen, hard to hit the ball at 99 miles per hour.
Merriweather did look good, by the way.
It has got to be the single dumbest rule change in the history of all organized sports. What I don't understand, and David Cohn, I thought, had a great game. For one, David Cohn's talking on the pitch before Tauchman steals third.
I heard that in the car, yep.
David Cohn says third base is open to be stolen. They're playing way off the bag. Big wind-up out of, was it Romano at the time?
Yep.
You could steal off him right now.
And he did.
Great job by David Cohn. And then he says at one point, guys, excuse me, I got to get this off my chest. They said yes to the guy on second base again, but said no to the universal DH. And they were trying to make, giving the rationale behind it. And Coney was great again today. He goes, to me, that's apples and oranges. They got nothing to do with each other, the two issues. But that being said, baseball has bastardized itself, and it's all of their faults. It's the players' union's fault, and it's the owner's fault, and it makes no sense. So when you're driving home right now and you're pissed off because the Yankees blew multiple opportunities to score the winning run before extra innings, had guys on base, had the big bats up, and could not get the clutch hit, that's why they lost the game. That is the only reason they lost the game. They didn't lose it because of pitching. They didn't lose it because of fielding. They lost the game because the big bats didn't come up big in the clutch. That being said,
0 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
that is the single dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life when it comes to changing a rule of a game, of a sport. It's asinine. And whoever concocted it is asinine.
Come over here.
And whoever agreed to it is asinine. Players included. They had to say yes to it.
That's fine. Kill them all.
And they did.
Crush them all.
So, let's not yell and scream about the rule,
You just did, and it was beautiful.
other than the fact it's my first chance to in my lifetime.
God bless you.
Because the rule is not why they lost the game. They lost the game because their big bats in the clutch could not get a hit.
Absolutely.
As Evan said, 0 for 9. Now, I was saying to you, and
Give me a hug.
I
That
don't
was
wanna-
beautiful. I love what you did. And remember, just remember deep down, Craig, there are writers and there are broadcasters who are just thrilled they got to go home.
well, that's stupid. They should be fired from their jobs if they're happy about that rule. It's stupid. It's just stupid. And I'm not a purist. It's stupid, 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 stupid.
Amen.
Now, quick baseball thing. I don't want to argue it because I'm not saying I have to be right on it. This is a total matter of opinion. But for me, and this is just me, if I'm the home team, okay, and I'm down a run in extra innings, and I'm starting the inning off with a man on second base, I am bunting with my leadoff hitter. I'm getting that guy to third base. In this case, it was Aaron Hicks at the plate. Judge is on second. He made the last out. That's how it goes. I am bunting. I am getting him to third base because tying the game is okay by me.
Right.
I'm okay playing for the tie there and then going into the 11th and 12th and on and on and on. They don't. there was never even a thought
It's dead.
to lay down the bunt to get judged to third.
The bunt in baseball is dead,
Well,
especially with a
stupid.
guy like Aaron Hicks, and especially with a team that strikes out a ton. Like, if Aaron Hicks effectively laid the bunt down, well, Giancarlo Stanton still needs to make contact.
Yeah, I know, but it changes the dynamic of what's going on.
I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm not. And look at the Blue Jays. I mean, they have a chance to take a lead. They didn't think about a bunt. It worked. Randall Grichuk, it went over Aaron Judge's head. But the idea that we even have to talk about the strategy of a runner on second and nobody out because we put a guy there because everyone wants to go home is a disgrace. And you did a brilliant job because I've ranted about this before. I have to accept this as a part of baseball. It's not why the Yankees lost. But I got to tell you, and I said this to C-Mac at the game in the seventh inning. I think it was right after the Blue Jays tied the game on Teoscar Hernandez's home run, who, by the way, is a great dude because Teoscar, before the game, threw at least 10 baseballs into the crowd.
That's good to know.
Good dude.
All right.
With
Very
that
nice.
said, I even said to him, I was like, the last thing we need as baseball fans on opening day, this beautiful holiday, is an extra inning game so that we all can see this dopey rule. I had a friend of mine text me and say, why is there a guy on second base to start the 10th inning? He didn't watch last year. He was confused. He's like, what the hell is going on?
Stupid.
But the bunt, Craig, it's dead.
All right, listen.
It just is.
By the way, I wouldn't be upset if I'm on the road and I lead off with the bunt in the 10th inning to get the guy to third,
Craig,
try to manufacture the quick run.
Just remember this. Aaron Hicks has been asked to lay down a sacrifice bunt 0 times in the last 2 years. He hasn't done it. So that's the other problem. You're going to ask somebody to do something.
What's spring training
they never
for?
do.
And they're pros. By the way,
Golfing.
Aaron Hicks in his last 2 at-bats today did not swing the bat a single time.
That's right.
He walked and he struck out. He did not swing the bat in his last 2 plate appearances. Now, I'll acknowledge he walked in the first one on 5 pitches. So, he had a good eye and the pitches were out of the strike zone. But he got up there and faced 8 pitches and did not swing the bat a single time. Here's the good news for you. We have Yankee tickets to give away. That's right. And we're going to give them away, guaranteed, within the next 7 minutes. Because I want to get it going. I want to get Yankee spirits back up. On the Mets side, we would be remiss if we did not acknowledge, when we went off the air last night at 7 o'clock, no deal. At about, 9 o'clock or thereabouts, I see a note on Twitter from the Weasel, Jeff Passan.
Right.
Jeff Passan writes out on Twitter, no movement whatsoever, and the deadline is now here. The Mets aren't talking. Lindor's people aren't talking. We are at a standstill. There is no deal imminent. Right?
Yes.
That's from the greatest baseball insider of them all, the Weasel, Jeff Passan. 5 minutes later, my main man, John Heyman, puts out, the Mets and Lindor have agreed to a contract. Details to follow. 5 minutes after that, the Weasel goes, sources have told me at ESPN that the Mets and Lindor have a deal, so I have to get involved.
I know you do.
I write directly to the Weasel.
What'd you say?
Sources as in John Heyman. Jesus Christ, give the man some credit. Because he deserved
that.
it.
No, John broke it. I give you credit for that. The one thing you do have to acknowledge.
Sources have told us, your competitor.
You do have to acknowledge.
Go.
Stevie Cohen caved a little bit.
He did cave. He did.
He did, not a lot.
I don't listen.
Not a lot.
And I'll say this.
And I have no problem with it, by the way.
It's funny. Did he cave? I guess by definition he did. Because he had said that's it.
Last and final.
10 for 3 1/4, last and final. But I give him credit for this, and here's why. He wasn't stubborn. His ego didn't get involved, which for a lot of guys it does.
Sure.
I made an offer. I said to you, according to reports at least, it's my last and final offer. I'm offering you over $300 million, right? Mm-hmm. If you want to, and that's it. And at some point, and I give Sandy Alderson credit for this, because I'm sure the negotiations went through Sandy, and then obviously reported ultimately to Steve Cohen. He said, look, they're going to get off to 12 years. They're getting off to 385. For whatever reason, the extra $16 million over the course of 10 years.
Passing Tatis.
and they are willing to defer now.
Right.
I think it's $50 million.
$50 million.
For
Yep.
over another 10 years at the end of it.
Correct.
So they went from, just so you understand what they went from, it went 10 years, 3.25, nothing deferred.
Right.
They added $16 million to the total, but they put $50 million over another 10 years.
And also a signing bonus that they threw in there.
I didn't see that. Okay.
They did a $20 million signing bonus to keep his average salary down. And look, it appears, whether it's ego or it's setting the bar for future free agents, that passing Tatis's full amount
was a
priority.
So
all I care about, and I think most Met fans care about, is that they made the deal. Because I heard some of Lindor's comments. He's a Met now.
We're going to play him for you after 6 o'clock.
He's going to be here for the next 10 years. I said to you yesterday, it bothered me seeing him as the face of the Mets. Well, now there's a full commitment. And so I feel very differently about
All I
him.
will say is I did tell you I'd be shocked if it didn't get done.
You did say that. No,
I'd
I
be
get it.
shocked if he didn't sign a deal of that magnitude with everything that's going on for next year and all that other stuff. But good job all around. And if you're a diehard Met fan, listen, this is great. It was a great night for you as a Met fan that they were able to pull this off and get it done. And now that you have the extra couple days off to let it marinate, really even better.
Well, no, that
Right?
part stinks, bro.
No,
The
I
fact
think it's
that
better
we've waited,
'cause it
it's not
marinates.
better. We waited 6 months for Met baseball again. We're ready
Yeah.
to see Jacob deGrom,
Yeah.
and we got to wait 48 more hours.
You can wait, stubborn. Now, listen, you selfish bastard.
Well, I get to go now.
You have 48 hours now to let the Lindor deal marinate.
All right.
I think it's a good thing all around. Baseball is back, and it's great to have you here.